Hey everybody, I want to make an effort to incorporate more ACT style questions. So I saw this question in a practice test and I wanted to take a look at it. So we looked at angle measures last week, okay? And we looked at bisect, the definition of an angle bisector last week. So I want to read this question and kind of work it through. So we have ray PK, and I know it's a ray because we have no arrow on one side and an arrow on the other side. So it says ray PK bisects angle LPM, and the measure of angle LPM is 11 times x, and the measure of angle LPK is 4x plus 18. What is the measure of measure KPM? Now, I want to start out by saying this is actually considered a very hard question. This is question 60, so the ACT tends to get harder as you go. And so the reason why this is a particularly difficult question is because it doesn't give you the definition of bisect. It just requires you to remember that from your knowledge of taking geometry. And it also asks you the measure of something that they give you. They don't give you any information on it. You just have to pick up on it from the term bisect. Okay, so this is a question that it will be really in your advantage to draw the picture. So it says ray PK bisects or angle LPM. So let's start with that. I'm going to make an angle, and I don't know exactly what this angle looks like, but I'm just going to kind of guess right now. So LPM, I'm going to say this is L, this is P, and this is M, right? And so maybe this real angle is going to be obtuse, maybe it's acute, I don't know, but I'm just going to draw an angle just as a reference, okay, just so I can kind of visualize it. Okay, but it says PK bisect, so I know by the definition of bisect that just doesn't mean anything. It means that this cuts it into two congruent or equal angles, right? This angle here, LPK and KPM, are going to be the same. Okay, so and that's really the key here. All right, it does say that LPM, so that's the whole thing, right? The whole thing is 11x, okay? And then in the measure of angle LPK, LPK is 4x plus 18, okay? So what you needed to know is you needed to remember that bisect means cut it in half, which means if this is 4x plus 18, this is also 4x plus 18, okay? So now to set this up, we're just going to do 4x plus 18 plus 4, or we could even do 4x plus 18 times 2, that would be another way to write it, is equal to 11x. Okay, and then I could just distribute this. I just multiply it out. We get 8x plus 36 is equal to 11x. And I just solve this equation. I want to get the variables on one side, so I'm going to subtract this 8x out here. If I do it to one side, I got to do it to the other side. So I'm left with 36 is equal to 3x. And then I divide by 3, and we get x is equal to 12. Okay? And so notice how they'll always give you like a trick question. They'll try to trick you up. We're not there. We're not done yet there because we're not trying to solve x here. We need to find the measure of angle KPM, which is KPM. That's this angle here, which they didn't give any information out. We just needed to know that it was bisected, so it was the same as angle LPK. All right, so we're just going to plug it back into our formula. We have 4 times x, but we know x is 12 plus 18. 4 times 12 is 48 plus 18 is 66. So it looks like there is your answer. So pretty tough question here. You got to remember what bisect is. But I just want to show you this was something that we did last week. So I just wanted to show you an ACT style question that you might see. Okay, I'm probably going to start including more ACT style questions and warm-ups into my weekly lessons. and then I'm going to start incorporating them into your mastery check. So make sure you watch these videos because they will help you out in the tests in the future. All right, later guys.